When we open up our Bibles to 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, it says there, casting all your anxieties on Him because He cares for you. Isn't it comforting to know that God cares for us? And because He cares for us, shouldn't we be confident that no matter what surrounds us, we have one who stands with us? And that's why God encourages us, cast all your worries, all your cares, all that's stressing you out, give it to Him. I want to encourage you. We are living in such uncertain times. We don't know what tomorrow holds for us. We do not know how and when a next calamity could strike us or maybe people around us. But we do know one thing, that God never fails us and He cares for us. He will not abandon us or leave us alone to fight the battles of life. And that's why I want to tell you, don't stress out. Just rest in the finished work of Jesus. When you look into the Old Testament, we see Joseph in the Bible. He was sold by his very own brothers. Could Joseph see a great future for himself? I'm sure not. I'm sure he must have been so stressed out. He must have been so puzzled about his life. He was uncertain of what the future held for him. From being a slave, he was put into prison. Being in prison, could he see a great future? I'm sure not. Once again, he's put into such a situation where everything seems to be finished for him. But did he stress out? I'm sure he did. But one thing he did have was he knew his God and was confident in his God. And that's why we see him doing what was right before the eyes of God at every point of time in his life. When he faced his brothers at the end, he did what was right before the eyes of God. When Potiphar's wife came to him, he did what was right before the eyes of God. And that's why I want to tell you, in your calamity, when things stress you out, don't react to your circumstances, but always do what is right before the eyes of God. When we see Paul and Silas, they were put in prison. They too were going through such stressful times. But what do we see there? In that time, in that calamity, one of the things that they did was they worshipped God. And we see how God brought them out from that calamity. We also see how God brought Joseph out from his calamity and made him second in command of Egypt. I want to encourage you, when you are going through such times where you don't know what tomorrow holds, maybe you're going through such stressful times, but don't stop doing what is right before the eyes of God, and don't stop worshiping God. And in due time, you will see how God will lift you up and break every chain that's holding you down and release you to live a life of abundance. And that's why I want to tell you, don't stress out. Just keep blessing the Lord. Keep doing what is right, and you will never, never be disappointed.